Hello, welcome to Psychosocial Counseling course. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenifumbo. Today we continue with Psychosocial Counseling program, and we are going to specifically now talk about counseling theories. In every profession, there is what we call gurus, and there are people that have worked in developing that particular profession or that particular uh, area of study. Now, counseling is a social science, and for something to be called a social science, it has to undergo through what is called scientific tests, and that is for it to be developed as a science. So when we talk about science, we are talking about something that can be approved or something that you know the definite results. For example, if 1 plus 1 the answer is 2. There is no other answer because it gives you the definite result. And when you subtract 2 minus 1, it is going to give you 1. That is scientific, meaning that you know the results, you know the outcome when you use that formula. So when we talk about the science, it is something that can be proved that it works, and it is something that can be proved the results. So the results becomes definitely when for something to be called a science. It's not an illusion. It's not just a thinking, maybe it is going to be like that, or it's not just a belief. A science should give the definite result. It has to prove that what the formula you are using, it's able to yield the results. Now, in counseling, in the social science, what is how there's something to be called as a science or something to be approved, it has to undergo through some certain uh, scientific theories, and it is going to now when that is approved that this theory can be able to work, this theory can bring these definite results, then it is now adopted as a science. So in social science, those scientific researchers and the definite answers that has been discovered, they are called theories. So counseling has got many gurus, the many people that have uh, done the research, and they know that there is this definite answers. So when the formulas that are going to be used, they are going to yield these results. So those formulas are called theories. So the profession of counseling has been developed, as I said, from a number of theories and principles, such as the humanistic theory, psychoanalytical theory, behavioral theory, cognitive theory, and also electric theory. So now, in these theories are scientifically proven methods of how the results will be when you are doing counseling. So when let's talk about psychoanalytical theory. This theory was propounded by the man called Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is one of the greatest psychologists or philosophers that propounded this philosophy, and that came up with this scientific theory. So psychoanalytical theories explain human behavior in terms of interaction of various components of personality. Um, Sigmund Freud was the founder of this school of thoughts. Freud drew on the physics of his day, which is thermodynamics, to coin the term psychodynamics. So Freud was a was a scientist who studied the thermodynamics and physics. So now in his relationship to human behavior, he came up with this theory, which is called psychoanalytical theory. Now, his school of thought entails that the behavior of a person is determined by the various components or in the environment or by the interaction that this person makes. So psychoanalytical theory, according to Sigmund Freud, the theory asserts that human behaviors are motivated by underlying unconscious processes and mainly influenced by childhood experiences. So when we are growing, there are certain things that we experience. So those are the things that makes one's behavior. And also there are stages that are expected each child to grow in. Now, if those stages are skipped, then it means that your growth is not going to be as it is supposed to be. Hence, when you grow, you find that you come back to the same, you behave childish in that area. According to Freud, the bulk of these conscious process emanate from a range of repression sexual conflicts, mainly from the formative stages of psychological development of humans. So they are, as we are growing, there are also the development that we develop in a certain way, and also our sexual being, because we are sexual beings and we develop in those. So if there is any elapses in the growth, you'd find that those developments are going to be intercepted and they are going to recur in the future. So Freud has stipulated some stages of human development from birth to up to old age, and he states that if an individual misses experiencing any one of these stages, he or she is likely to display some behaviors abnormality later in life. There is what is called fixation. So that is where now you begin to behave in a way that you are not supposed to behave. Sometimes these things happen even when maybe you are ignoring a certain feeling within you. You are ignoring, maybe someone hurts you, you are ignoring. So you'd find that the time will pass. And now the time you are supposed to be calm, that is the time you react to that feeling that you were having. So you may find that it may come at an abnormal time and it may have a different impact and you may not be understood as you are supposed to be understood. Like a child, there is a certain child where he has to misbehave something or has to do something crazy as a child. Now you skip that stage. Now you come and do it at the age you are not supposed to do that. So that becomes an abnormality. So there are three principles of psychoanalytical theory. Number one, the principle of the dynamic unconscious, that the effects of behavior alter only its conscious and preconscious, not unconscious. So the dynamic unconscious, it's whereby your mind has been programmed in a certain way. And since your mind has been programmed, so you tend to react unconsciously. And consciously, people react sometimes without thinking about it, without knowing what they're supposed to do. Then there is also the principle of plasticity of the interpersonal drives. The sex and the aggression are physically elaborated because they can and must be. Like when we talk about the principle of plasticity, it is the principle whereby we react because of the environment and because of our interaction, interpersonal relationships. They create a certain behavior. That is the physical aggression and all that. The relationships, they create a certain reaction to our well-being. Then there is a principle of mastery through reverse. So everything that we do, we learn, so we can relearn them. So that is the principle of mastery, whereby we can be able to relearn what we have learned. So that is as a psychologist or as a counselor, you should know that there are three components that creates a certain behavior in people, even in reacting to certain situation. So when a person reacts to a certain situation, there are three things. Number one, it may be on how this person was brought up and the beliefs that this person has gotten. Then it may be that this person is reacting because of the environment, and it may be that this person needs to change some of the things that he has mastered. Um, we Before we go to behavioral theory, I want us to look at cognitive theory. Cognitive theory has said that it is the way we think about a situation rather than the situation itself. That leads us to feel a particular emotion and behavior in a particular way. So, this theory states that our reaction toward things are based on how we think about a certain thing. For example, if someone insults you, it is not the insult that is going to make you angry. It is what you think about that insult. I repeat myself. It is not the words that that person has said to you, or that sarcastic or vulgar words that has been spoken to you, but is what you believe about those words. For example, if someone tells you big head, you it's not the word that is going to hurt you. It is the interpretation. So you are going now to start telling yourself what this means when you say big head. So it's meant that my head is bent, my head is like this. So this is what it is meant, and this is what it meant. So when that is interpreted, then your reaction, you are going to react to that. And that's how you are going to erase the emotions. So it is not about the situation rather than the situation itself that leads to feel a particular emotion, but and behave in a particular way. So the theory, according to the one who propounded this theory, is Aries Albert. Aries Albert is the one that came up with this theory and said that people behave not because of the event, but because of what they feel. Now, when you say, that's why you find that the same situation, people will react differently. So it is not the event, but the belief about that event. So what it is it's not about the action or the event, but the belief or the value that makes person behave the way they do unconsciously. So what you believe about it, if someone tells you something, or if someone does something, or if something happens, your reaction is dependent on your belief. For example, are married and you divorce. So what will cause a reaction? It is not about the divorce, but what you believe about the divorce. So those people that say the divorce is normal, they will not have more psychological challenges. But those that think divorce, it's something, they have got their own belief about divorce, they'll have more depression than those that take it easily. Why? Because it's not about divorce, it's about the event. Um, Someone said that nobody has died of snake bite. Snake does not kill, but what kills it is the poison that the snake or the venom. So now, there are people, there may be two people that have been bitten by the same type of snake, but one survives and the other dies. So what is the difference? It's not about the event of the snake bite, but it is the response to snake bite, whereby this person maybe has been nursed, he has been he has dealt with venom, but this person has not dealt with the poison. So that is the thing that how life is, and that is what Eris Albert said. It's not an event. The event may be the same, but the reaction of a person will depend on the belief of that person. So number one, it is action, then it is going to be belief, then the consequences of the response. So the action will happen, then now what you believe about that action, then the consequences or the response is going to be done. So let's go back to I said we skipped this behavioral theory. Behavioral theory is a theory that that states that that focuses on the idea that all behaviors are learned through interaction with the environment. So this learning theory states that behaviors are learned from the environment and says that inherent or inherited factors have very little influence on behavior. So now, behavioral theory states that it is the environment that creates certain behaviors on a person, and the inheritances or the genetics has less to do with the behavior of a person. So the environment is the one that makes a person to behave in the way it's supposed to be behave. Now that is where now where there is so much debate both in theology and also in psychology. Like when you say a child, is a child born a sinner or a child learns to sin? So now the behavioral theory, they said it is the environment that makes a person bad. So the reaction and the behavior of a person is dependent on the environment, and the environment teaches this person on how to behave. It is based on the idea that all behaviors are acquired through conditioning, which is a process of reinforcement and punishment. So the behavior of a person is learned. You learn how to behave. You learn how to behave, good or bad. So a person is born blank. It's not good, it's not bad. So now it's like a computer, the way you garbage in, garbage out. So the way you programmed the computer, that is what it is going to give you. The output are going to be determined by the input. So the way a person is taught, learns, it will determine on how this person is going to behave. So this happens through the process of reinforcement, teaching the person, and also punishment. The other behavioral theory, according to B.F. Skin, is that since most of the behaviors are learned, therefore they can also be unlearned. So this is the person who believes that, or this theory believes that a person can change. Any person has got the ability to change. A person has the ability to learn. The way we learned the negative things about ourselves or the negative perspective about things, that is the same way one can be able to learn the positive way. So he used what is called, he demonstrated this using conditioning. That is to say, human beings are continually exposed to certain situation, the situation that that eventually become accustomed or conditioned and will no longer have to think about the reaction. So when a person gets into a certain situation and reacts in a certain behavior, or you are accustomed to do a certain things, or you are memorizing the certain thing, you are doing the certain the habit, so a certain thing, so it creates what is called habit, and from habit it becomes part of you, it becomes part of you. So a person can be conditioned, the person they just learn. So he demonstrated this experiment by a dog ring. Whenever you ring the, like he said, that when the dog, you ring, bang, 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 then you give food to the dog. Again, bang, 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 you give food to. So after time, sometimes, then the dog, you'd find that this, the when you just ring the bell, the dog will think of eating. So that is what this theory states. So he therefore believed that even if behavior is difficult to change, they can change either through training or retraining. So we have had certain beliefs. There are certain beliefs that has got damage on human beings or on an individual. So now you have learned that. So for you to change the behavior, for you to change the perspective, so you have to relearn. Then there is also one can learn through complimenting him or rewards. So now I said that learning can change somebody, or also for that person to change the behavior he learned, he has to relearn the behavior. So if a person maybe got addicted in smoking. So that kind of behavior was came from through learning with smoking. So for this person to stop learning, this person must be retrained. He has now to start retraining himself not to smoke. Today you would not smoke one, the other time you not smoke, and just to relearn not to smoke, to start to begin stopping to smoke. So the way one learned to smoke. So if he wants to stop smoking, he has to relearn to smoke. So it is reversing. The behavior can be reversed. Then it also believes that the behavior can change through what is called reward. So when the person, for example, he smokes, you begin to tell me, no, if you don't smoke, I'll give you this. If you don't smoke today, I'll give you this. So that makes that person can change. Or complimenting, you look, it's good that you have stopped smoking, and it's you say so. When you compliment a person can learn. So same as anything that is learned, a person if you can learn through complimenting that person or through rewarding that person. Then the other way of learning, a person can learn through punishment. By conditioning this person, putting this person into punishment, this person can learn. For example, he has learned something bad about smoking. He finds that now if you smoke, I'll beat you, or if you smoke, you'll be jailed. If you smoke, there will be this punishment. So that punishment, or this person faces a consequence because of the action that this person has been doing. So that action which punishes this person, a person can be reconditioned and the behavior of a person can change. So that is what is called behavioral theory. Now let's look at the theory that is that we have adopted in Zambia in psychosocial counseling by Zambia Counseling Council. So the Zambia we have adopted what is called humanistic theory in counseling. Now humanistic has got different theories. So we are going to look at this theory. So the humanistic theory has been developed much or contributed much by the man called Carl Rogers. So Carl Rogers propounded a lot of theories on the humanistic theory. So humanistic theory sees it as essential to trust in clients to follow their own self-discovery. Saying that the goodness in a person is everything that you want about a person, the goodness, the badness, they are in them. So when you are doing counseling, a person, you should not tell a person what I was supposed to do. A person knows what is right and what is not right. So through self-discovery, people will be able to have certain perspective at their own pace and direction. So the notable among these are as I said, Carl Rogers propounded this development of humanistic theory. He perceived that humans being are worthy of dignity, self-direction. So a person has to not to be told what to do. They know what they're supposed to do. They know if they are doing bad, they know that this is bad. So you are not supposed to tell a person what is bad, but you have to help them to enhance the goodness in them. He asserted that all humans are born with a manifold of inherent potentiality and that the realization of their life goals dependable very much also on the emotion climate surrounding their environment and upbringing. So the environment and upbringing has much to do also when it comes to the beliefs of a person. So but the true and the fact is that every person has got what is known as the inherent goodness or the inherent. So this is like in theology, there is that what they call the consciousness will be able to witness to you. So meaning that anything that is wrong about our action, we know it, but it's inside. So we just have to let the inner person of us to come out, and that is the person that directs. So the humanistic theory, according to Carl Rogers, the theories developed by Carl Rogers have been adopted as stable for counseling purposes in Zambia. Now let us look some of the theories. So Carl Rogers developed the person-centered approach that promotes the following attributes: uniqueness of individuals. No two people are the same. Even identical twins are believed to be different from each other. So now this theory states that people are different. People are not the same. People are not the same. So you don't expect this person to behave like another person. So you have to take every counseling session, every person to be unique and to be different, not to think this person must be like the other. Look at what others are doing. Um, Mom taught me something where she said, when I was growing 11 of you, I believed in the scripture which says, grow up a child in the way he should grow. You see, there are many people that think it is why in the way that the parent wants these children to grow, but it is in the way that this child should grow. That is developing the inner person in that child. So a person is unique and is different from other people, and the perception of every person is different. And so each person must be taken as unique and as different as other, like not like other people. So people respond according to their threshold. So we are created in what is called threshold. Threshold, it is the how we respond to situation. Um, same people have low, some people have low threshold, while others have high threshold to situations such as life problems, physical pain, aggressions, psychotherms, change of to habits and other things. Now, when we look at threshold, it is how this particular person responds to situation. Um, you may all both have headache, but there are people that say when they have headache, it's paining. But others, they'll just see as if it's not paining. There may be a funeral where maybe the identical twins, they have lost their mother. But you find that this one will cry and she will not even control herself. But the other one will just be calm and will just be strong. So that is not that, it doesn't mean that the one that is crying more has lost more the mother than the one that is not crying. No, it is the threshold, the ability to tolerate. So other people, they have got strong feelings, they have got, they are able to respond. They are tolerant to situation. Even when this person is insulted, he may take it rightly, but another person insulted, he may take it hard. So the person behaves according to the tolerance, according to the threshold that this person has. So human beings are rational and capable of taking responsibility for themselves. So in a humanistic theory, you have to respect that a person has got decision, and the consequences of the person is upon him. So people are able to take responsibility for their actions. So autonomy. They are independent. They are different. So being in charge of themselves should be respected. So let the people be in charge of themselves. Let them respect who the people are. Humans have the ability to determine their own destiny. The best person who knows what is right and what is wrong, it is the person himself. So that person knows how to solve the problems, because you are just trying to help this person, but you don't know the extent of the problem that this person has. Yes, you may say, no, this problem is big and I'm trying to help this person, but you don't know. The truth and the fact is that you don't know the extent of injury, or the extent, or if this person is just pretending, or this person is just. So that is where now in humanistic theory, you let a person determine his own destiny. Again, the humanistic theory also states that humans have the inherent potential to learn and attain goals. So they can be able to achieve whatever they want to achieve, good or wrong. So you should let this person be able to use their potential. So these are the theories that we have learned, and I want to believe that we are going to have more understanding on these theories. So as I always say that what I do is I'll just give you the skeleton, but you have to put meat or fresh on it. So put the fresh on what I've taught. So be ready for the assignments. I'm going to give you the assignment. Go and research and go and find more about this subject. Thank you so much. Next, join me next time. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenifumbo.